Namaste, welcome. I would like to invite you today to stop wasting your time. Stop identifying with lesser than what you are. You are the true self, Brahman, the Absolute. And your natural state is peace, love, and no strain. All suffering comes from us identifying with ego and limiting ourselves to the person, our achievements, relationships, the goals we set in life. But how easily do things not work out according to plan? And we end up feeling disappointed, angry, or even depressed. There are many ways this world offers us to help ourselves. Therapy, exercise, diet, even medication. But what of these things can heal us permanently from this dis-ease that is ego, that always keeps us wanting more and never be satisfied? All these things are valid and certainly important. I myself try to have a healthy diet and exercise regularly to keep this body healthy and to be able to do my work. But permanent happiness, they cannot bring us. No therapy, no strategy can do this alone. Because this life is meant for awakening. And unless we find it, there will always be a form of suffering. All unhappiness and suffering comes from the perspective of ego and the person. And overcoming it is the storyline of all of life, and is when we will find permanent peace and happiness. So how can we do this? First, let's get a clear idea of what this ego actually is. In common language, ego refers to a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. And all of our life, we grow up believing this is the most valuable thing we have. And we need to protect it and nurture it and make it great. But why do so many of us struggle with this? Because it is such a fragile concept, mainly linked to the body and what we look like. But not all of us adhere to this 20-year-old skinny type for the rest of our lives. We all age inevitably, so we find ourselves on this uphill battle, trying to keep our ego sense intact, while the whole world around us tells us differently. What else is this ego sense made of? Achievements, material possessions, relationships. But not all of us are successful in all these departments all of the time. And again, that leads to a sense of failure and unworthiness. How can we feel confident about a sense of self that relies on such fragile and unreliable concepts? This is why in non-duality and self-inquiry, we do not seek to boost this false sense of self, but to overcome it, so that we can see our true self. Our true self does not depend on anything, is not bound to this body, is eternal, indestructible, and already complete. And we all can sense this. If some part of our body hurts, for instance, we would say, my arm is hurting, not the I that is speaking. Things about our body may change during our lifetime, but not the I that is perceiving them. We all know the struggle with the mind and the racing, distracting thoughts, but only because we identify with them so readily and out of habit. They are also not what we are. They are simple occurrences in the mind, and we can observe them from a much greater place, our awareness. From this place of awareness, we can observe the thoughts come and go. And we can choose how much attention to give to them. And if we don't, they fade away very quickly. They need our attention to have power and to live. Awareness is like a vast space. It is not bound by any shape. If you can't sense this, don't worry. Here is something even more important. This awareness that perceives everything, the body, the breath, the thoughts, and really hone into this. Watch a thought appear and disappear. Don't connect with the storyline. Can you see how unattached it is? How unaffected? And not as in cold or uncaring. It neither cares nor doesn't care. It is beyond these changeful states. It simply is. Awareness simply is. If you struggle with sensing this, it doesn't mean that you fail or that you can't do it. It simply means that you need more time and practice of sitting like this, observing everything that comes and goes, the thoughts, the emotions, the bodily sensations, and really grounding your attention in your truest place, the awareness. It really is that simple, and with immediate results. A sense of peace. Things that you might have found yourself obsessing about perhaps become much less pungent or even disappear. Beingness has nothing to do or to sort out. It is not concerned with storylines about the past or future. It only ever is. Right here, right now. This is your greatest discovery. But ego will come and try to distract you and delay your recognition. But it is also not your enemy and supporting you. All the disappointments, all the suffering have brought you here. And all that is needed is a little bit of persistence to not identify with its projections, but to stay as the awareness. You can practice this even in your daily life. When you feel overwhelmed by a situation or emotion, see it for what it is. A situation, an emotion. And come back to your truest position as the awareness. All of life is our playground for this. And if you do it, you will see for yourself how life will change for you. It will begin to flow much more easily and bring to you naturally all the guidance and support that you need. As the sense of person begins to soften, it's like a cloud that is moving out of the way of the sun. The sun has always been here, but now you can feel its radiance. And you will never wish to go back, because nothing compares to the fullness, the joy that is our true nature. So, for all the weary, the tired, the open and ready one, the time is now. Don't delay. No one has ever regretted this discovery or failed in finding it if they really wanted to. It is all yours. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Share it with anyone else you think can benefit. And if you like, subscribe to my channel so we can stay connected. All my love to you.